So here's a really interesting idea that I'm going to throw out to you guys. Yeah. So this is going to be possibly the start of a new segment called Let's Make a Story. Basically what this is kind of like a fusion of the Q&A and it's kind of like a fusion of the Q&A segment and the how would you write it segment. It's an interesting little segment that I don't know will be successful. Let's see how it does in the little trial run here. So while I was doing the Q&A, not Q&A, the two-part Cartoon Lanterns videos, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, what would it be like if we actually did a Hey Arnold Green Lantern story? And I kind of thought it over, and then I had this interesting idea of how about I ask my viewers out there what it would be like. So here's how I kind of want to do this. So and again, let's just see what happens here, people. Let's just let's just see what happens. So here's how I kind of want to do this video, well, or this segment if it's successful. The idea I had is that basically what it is that I'm going to throw out a plot point. I'm going to throw out the overlying plot of the story, and you guys come up with just come up with one. Don't give multiple, because that'll just get confusing as all hell, and save some for the rest of everyone else. Just come up with one little plot point that you would like to see in it, and I'll try to work it into the story on a whole. And with more people adding in, I think it would be interesting to see like how many people and how I could work in this story altogether. People always ask so many crossover questions on my Q&As. I was like, well, I kind of need to sit on an idea to think about it, so here's your chance, people. So yeah, the idea is just come up with one little... the main overlying plot is this. The main overlying plot is, of course, like I said, Hey Arnold, Green Lantern crossovers. It wasn't crazy enough. The story is that the main idea is that Helga becomes a Star Sapphire. Now, you guys come up with little plot points or little points in general of how the story could be told. Like, someone could say, well, Helga can't tell her parents, or doesn't want to tell her parents, or doesn't want to tell anyone else, and yeah, she doesn't want to tell anybody else. It's kind of like her secret identity, and you guys come up with ideas of like, how does she use the ring, and how did she get, was it someone else's ring beforehand, and you guys come up with, well, it was such and such's ring, and I was like, yeah, it was such and such's ring, and here's how it works into the story. So yeah, it sounds a little convoluted, and again, this is just something else. So you guys can come up with like who the villain. Someone can come up with like who the villain is. Someone can come up with like shipping. Someone can come up with what was I gonna say? If Helga decides to use this ring for good or evil, or her own personal interests. So stuff like that. Someone can say like, Helga does such and such. Helga does such and such. It's kind of like RPGing, really. It's kind of like RPGing how it used to be, and still is on Tumblr, but how it used to be here on YouTube. So it's kind of like that when you think about it in a weird kind of way. So everyone just everyone just say one little plot point they want to see, and the only other rule is if you see a plot point that you want to ask that's already been written out on the comment section, think of please no repeats, because it'll just be like me doing the same thing over again, like in the Q&As. So really curious to see how this is gonna go down. Really curious to see how we can all come up with with all these little ideas and culminate into a Hey Arnold Green Lantern story. So really curious to see how this goes down. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, like in terms of who the villain would be in this story, what would Helga do with the ring, with the Star Sapphire ring, and what characters she would meet. Let's keep it, let's not go completely, since this is a pilot, this is the first of the series, let's not go completely frickin' crazy here with guest star characters like with Marvel and Disney characters and all that. Let's just, for right now, guys, just hear me out. Just for right now, let's not go completely insane and just stick with Hey Arnold and Green Lantern characters, and maybe a few other DC characters as well, showing up in this little convoluted story. So yeah, let's just keep it Hey Arnold and mainly Green Lantern, but have some. We can have some DC characters, other DC characters show up as like little cameo roles. Anyway, this is going to be an adventure, so let's see if we can make a Hey Arnold Green Lantern story.